froze now.
It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports, and the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Denver Broncos and the Miami Dolphins, and it comes your way next.
We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one, as it'll be the Denver Broncos taking on the Miami Dolphins. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. At CD, the Dolphins, they've got some high hopes for 2023. They feel like they've got the pieces to make a run. They need a little bit of health, but they think they can be right there in the AFC East.
And they'll want every game to be a track meet because speed is their calling card. And if they're able to sprint out there ahead of people and make them chase, they'll be tough to reel in.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Broncos, they're hoping to get this offense on track in year 2 under Russell Wilson. Charles, I wouldn't have believed this. They were the lowest scoring offense in the league last year, just 16.9 points per game.
And that means you have to change things up, and they certainly have. You talk about operating under new management. This team certainly is. I expect this offensive production to really rise. And Russell Wilson, I think we'll see much more of the Russell Wilson we've seen in the past.
Here's Will Lutz ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Hard Rock Stadium. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Now Tua Tagovailoa gets set to lead this Dolphins offense for the first time.
Injuries overshadowed a great season from Tua last season. He led a Miami passing game that was one of the best in the league, and even more importantly, took them to the postseason for the first time in 6 years. That jump they were looking for from him, it absolutely occurred.
Off of play action, Tagovailoa. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
They'll run for the first time with Raheem Mostert. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
Now 2nd and 5. A short throw there. That's to Smythe, the tight end. 7 yards there and a first down. That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. So as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football. All right? You're not trying to find the laces and grip it a certain way. That takes time. Just get the ball and throw it. So that's how they practice it all the time now, too.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Stuck for a loss by the linebacker, Josie Jewell.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Third down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Frank Clark drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
So on 4th down, here's Jake Bailey to punt for the Dolphins. Back deep for Denver, the rookie Marvin Mims. And he'll get this away into the humid Florida sky. Well, the Broncos offense gets set to go to work, and at the helm in his 2nd season wearing orange and blue, Russell Wilson.
And similar to his nickname, Russell Wilson has a dangerous mix of skills, the ability to throw from the pocket and extend plays and throw on the run. Not to mention an absolute winner. Usually has his team in the playoffs competing for Super Bowl opportunities.
Wilson and the Broncos now with a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Wilson. And that'll be incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Wilson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
Well, a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Encroachment defense.
So that penalty will back them up half the distance to the goal line.
Still 3rd down.
And the penalty helps, but not a whole lot. It's still 3rd and long. Now it's Wilson. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And here comes Berrios. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it'll be Dolphin football. So Miami coming out for their 2nd drive. The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. They'll start on the ground with Mostert. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the 46, here's a 2nd down and 4. They'll stay on the ground with Mostert. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Mostert there with a quality gain, and paired with head coach Mike McDaniel of Miami, had his best season as a pro last year, nearly 900 yards in 16 games. Injuries derailed a couple of seasons for him prior, but he has shown that when healthy, he can chase the 1,000-yard mark.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for second down. Looking to pass. Tua. Short throw hauled in by Croft. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 20-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. No score after one on EA Sports. Second quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Here's Tua. Floating one, incomplete. But prior to that, he had hit his first 6 passes to start the game, so on a nice little run to begin.
It feels like this offense has carried its dress rehearsal into the game. You know, because you do practice it, you do go through it, and in this case, it is clicking exactly like they drew it up.
Play action, now it's Tua. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. He was looking for Jalen Waddle there, and it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 10.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. And he'll take this into the end zone for the Dolphins touchdown. Tua Tagovailoa taking it in from the 20. And the Dolphins post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here this second quarter.
But there's something that goes back to the early years of his career. Remember, he had 3 touchdowns in each of his first couple of seasons. None last year as they've tried to dial back his running, especially down close to the goal line.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. That's to the rookie, Marvin Mims. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
A man who was lost for the year in Week 4 last season. Here's Javonte Williams. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And that's caught inside the 35. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory down at the 33. Here's Wilson to throw. Finding Sutton on the out route who makes the catch. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 16 yards to the 16 and a first down.
Now how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
2nd down and 6 now. In motion left goes Sutton. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. And that is well read there defensively. He was looking to use his speed to get the edge, but they said no way.
As a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. On 3rd down, Wilson. This one swung out to Williams. Touchdown! Javonte Williams. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Broncos are an extra point away from evening this one up. Well, we know he has decent hands out of the backfield. That's the first time, Charles, they've targeted him in the passing game, and it pays dividends.
And I love the design, too, because they kept him in the backfield, made the defense think run first before they swung him out of there. And you're right, with his hands, they might want to throw it to him just a little bit more.
Lutz with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it was Javonte Williams who capped it all off with a touchdown reception. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Braxton Berrios selected to bring it out. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Quick slant, Tyreek Hill with it. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
In motion, Hill. He'll get it here on the jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
And he'll be taken down after a pickup of about 7 as the clock will stop here for the 2-minute warning. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Tua sets up to pass it. And he'll get this into the hands of Braxton Berrios. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down by about 1 yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down, because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Tua going to throw. Throw right side, going to be caught here by Waddle. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 40. That one good for 16 as the drive continues.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
Tua to throw again. Over the middle, complete. That's Hill. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
It's showtime, baby. Let's ride up. Let's ride up.
A ball on the 32. It's 2nd and 2. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI.
Defense.
And they've got another 1st and 10 as the penalty keeps this drive moving. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And they'll get this on the screen to Mostert. So the completion good for just 3. And it's 2nd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
A 2nd and 7 with our score tied at 7, but they're planning to change that soon. Only question, will they get 3 or 6 out of it? Tua's throw is taken in by Waddle. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. And again, it's Tagovailoa. That is incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Getting this out to the flat, Mostert. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss. and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted one time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. Third downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
A 25-yard attempt.
Sanders' kick is good, and the Dolphins have taken the lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this. They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's second down now. So the two teams will head to the locker rooms here in Miami with the Dolphins on top. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Back to you guys in a bit. But first, we welcome everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This is a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. A good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 the score as we resume action on EA Sports. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. It's been a tight game to this point. What do they need to do, Charles, to break through in the second half and take the lead?
Well, I think the first thing they need to do is thank their defense for keeping them in this game. And, you know, I think the defense is saying back to them, why don't you guys focus on getting some first downs, put some drives together, give us a little bit of a break here. If we can get some rest, we'll play even better for you. And, oh, by the way, pay off a few of those drives with some points, too.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. And the Dolphins rush gets home, down he goes. Jalen Phillips able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Here's Riley Dixon now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10.
Just shy of the 30. Going to the air. Tagovailoa. His throw incomplete.
Right now, the story of this game continuing to be the defenses, because the offenses, they're finding it difficult to establish any rhythm whatsoever.
I like how you come to us in praise of defense, Brandon, because that's exactly right. That was an incompletion forced there, but we've seen it throughout this game. Both of these defense coordinators, they're a step ahead of their offensive counterparts.
And going deep for Hill. Oh, wide open, complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 71 yards.
And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had it quoted back to us, well, you know something, when you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. And that's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
So the Broncos coming out now. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. Throwing is Wilson. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. To throw is Wilson.
He'll find his tight end. It's Adam Troutman.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. In that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have the Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
Off the option, here's Williams. And he'll be taken down at about the 45.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a 2nd and 8.
Play action. Now Wilson.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Not sure what happened there, but he just didn't get the right read on the coverage that time. Pass wasn't where it needed to be, and that'll send them back to the drawing board.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now Wilson.
Oh, he had a man open. He overshot it. It's incomplete.
Oh, that's kind of how it's gone for him so far. That was a ball that needed to get back in this game. A quick strike, a big play. But he led his guy too far, and it winds up over his head.
Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for Denver. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20.
Now we get Tyreek Hill and the rest of the Miami offense back out there.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10
at their own 20-yard line.
They'll get this into the hands of Mostert.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And this Bronco defense really selling out to stop the run, and it pays off. They get him behind the line twice in a row. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
From the gun, it's Tua.
He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They go play action now. Wilson.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
Wilson.
This will be caught. Judy.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 21 yards.
And that's one of the better plays we've seen this offense put together so far. They haven't been able to get on track much at all. But listen, they're only down a couple of scores with the rest of this quarter, and the entire 4th remaining, so stranger things have happened.
Now Wilson on 1st down.
Right back to Judy, and it's complete.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake in the line of scrimmage, got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
Now a give up the middle to Williams. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Third quarter from Miami. This is 2nd and 10. They go play action with Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wilson. And that is incomplete. The Dolphins do the job defensively there, and now it brings up 4th.
Nice call by the defense there on 3rd down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
Now Lutz for the field goal try. From the right hash. This from 45 yards away. The kick by Lutz is good. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the 3rd quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send a message that says, hey, we're not going away.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. Berrios now from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Here's Tua. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain.
Partner, I think this one won a ride very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
The Broncos about set to go on offense. The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this 4th quarter deficit. Now, this series could very well determine our outcome. We couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here. After the interception, here's Wilson. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Here's Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete.
defense, more good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
The kick by Lutz is good. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, fourth quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. And this will be a touchback. Barrios deciding not to bring it out. Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. They might want to mix something up defensively because he's been shredding them a bit, hasn't he?
That he has, and even with all the changes that you know are going on the defensive side of the ball, he's still finding ways to get open, finding the right spots, and the delivery's been pretty good too.
He's over 100 yards, has the 1 touchdown score to this point. And the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll look to Mostert to start things out. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the fourth quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand they're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
Off of play action, Tagovailoa. A short throw there, that's to Smythe, the tight end. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Well, clear running situation, trying to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
Now this throw caught left side. And all the way in for the Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Dolphins use the big play to extend their fourth quarter lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Sanders now to add the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it ends with a touchdown pass to Tyreek Hill. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This taken in at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, you know, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical. So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos at their own 28-yard line. There's Wilson. Screen play set up for Williams. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Nice job by the defense figuring that play out and holding it to a short game, but I don't think the offense is going to be daunted. They actually accomplished their goal there. Now they've got them aware that they can throw a screen at them, maybe to slow the pass rush down a little bit, and they can throw it downfield.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Finding Sutton on the out route who makes the catch. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and just a yard. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's brought down, but not before picking up the first with a very effective stiff arm. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Job 1 to pick up the first down is complete. That was a big 3rd down conversion, but they got to watch the clock. It's starting to become their enemy a bit here in a 2-score game.
Which means they have to pick up the pace, right? The tempo has to be upped. And what they do is they tell the quarterback in his helmet, hey, listen, when we pick up the first down here.
Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. They go right back to him for 20 and a first. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Now Wilson. And he comes back with one complete. They get 6. That'll leave him with 3rd and 4.
A gain of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
A big play here. Crowd on their feet. 3rd and 4. To throw again is Wilson. And that is incomplete.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. When those extra defenders on the field, dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit into football.
Now Lutz for the field goal try. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. The kick by Lutz is good. And that'll make this an 8-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. Berrios going to bring this out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Miami's offense set and ready to go. The field goal we just saw has this now at a 1-score game, and on this side of the football, things are getting pretty tenuous, a little stressful.
Blood pressure up a little bit, you think?
I think up a lot of it.
Could you imagine taking the pulse right now? It might be like a jackhammer out there on that side of the ball, but here's what the deal is. I think what we've observed is a team that's been playing not to lose as opposed to playing to win. And they've got to get back to that, and that means opening things up again, being a little more free than what they're trying to get done on offense.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. An ideal down and distance to try to finish this thing off. 2nd and inches. From the gun, a run with Mostert. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down. Now, during that run, an injury here. We've got one of those big blockers in some discomfort.
We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. Again, they'll run it with Mostert.
And a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40.
Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down.
Up the middle they go with Mostert.
And he'll bring this one inside the 35. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
A run with Mostert up the middle.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go.
And he is going to have a Miami 1st down, and the Dolphins are going to win the football game.
It'll go as a gain of 9, and that should write an ending to this one.
It's always been funny to me, Brandon, when coaches always talk about on hot days like the one we have here, well, it's hot for both teams. But when one team has the advantage, when one team is running the ball really well and closing things out, it's hotter for the defensive side, and they sag a lot quicker.
Yeah, they say the dog days of August, the heat we're seeing here today, dog days of September, and the advantage right now on the offensive side.
So it's a win for the Dolphins here, and it was a strong performance by Tua that helped lead the way.
Yeah, he did a little bit of everything, didn't he? He had 2 touchdown passes through the air, another one on the ground, and that defense, they really had no answer for many of their drives.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. From Miami, so long, everybody.
Not headed to the airport for this one. One more day here will suit me just fine.